Hey everybody, the journey continues here at Mount Madonna, and I wanted to share with you a very special message today. A lot of people, when I said I was going to be studying Karma Yoga and going to join this, community service program here at Mount Madonna, they wanted to know more about what the heck Karma Yoga is, and so did I. So now, now that I've been here for a couple weeks and have a better understanding, especially after yesterday, every week the group here, there's about 8 of us, and we'll get into a room and have a theme discussion. The theme discussion will be facilitated by somebody who's been in this environment, in the Mount Madonna programs for quite some time, and they have obviously a good understanding and knowledge of whatever that discussion is. And so yesterday we heard from a woman named Kalpana, who is now a college professor in Santa Cruz, but was involved in um, Babaji's whole creation of Mount Madonna. She was here following Babaji long before the Mount Madonna Center existed here in the mountain, and was actually involved in helping to purchase the land, which is now 355 acres of beautiful property, if I haven't said that already, and with multiple facilities and different programs. So very impressive. And she was part of the group to help make all that happen. So she came back to share with us her experiences and understanding of karma yoga, and that's what I'm going to share with you. So, very simply, karma first is defined as the word action. That's really all it means. We understand it mostly as the cause and effect, right? You do something, it has an effect, it comes back to you. You're building good karma or bad karma. But karma simply just means action. Yoga is basically the universal union of yourself, the conscious self, with something greater than you, a higher consciousness. And so karma yoga is really just the integration of your work into the world. That's it. So everything can be karma yoga, which we'll discuss. And basically, the cool thing that I like is whether you're Jewish or Muslim or Christian or atheist, you can practice karma yoga. Because even for the atheist, if you do not believe in source or God or a higher consciousness, well, you can be involved in a union of you and a nonprofit organization right here on the planet that's doing good for the world. And that can be a union of something of something with you and something greater than yourself. So even atheists and everyone in between can practice karma yoga. It's not specific to any type of religion or non-religion. Now, there's a few different steps to start to understand karma yoga as well as to integrate it into the world. One of them being developing the pure ego, or actually better, understanding and knowing the pure ego. Very quickly, there are some individuals who talk about the ego as being negative or a bad thing or something to be destroyed. The ego here, all we're talking about is the I am. That's the definition of ego. I am. It's not the attachments that we have to our wardrobes, to our home, to our car. It's not the desires that we have to the material possessions or to anything outside of us, be it other people, the desire we have for a woman or a man. It's not those desires and attachments that we're talking about. It's becoming um, it's becoming one, or understanding that you are one with the pure ego, which was directly created by a higher consciousness. And so we do that here mainly 2 ways: through self-reflection, right? Meditating in the woods, meditating through a lot of the meditation classes that we have here, which are guided meditations, or just sitting in your room and reflecting about your day and your interactions with people. And the second part is recognizing that every interaction is a opportunity. So whenever somebody frustrates you or upsets you, that's purely just an opportunity to learn something about yourself, right? The truth is that everything is a mirror. Everything outside of yourself is a mirror. And so they say that living in community is a house of mirrors. Because when you bump up against somebody and you recognize that something about them, what they say or do, is frustrating, annoying to you, it's because there's something inside of you that you need to come to terms with. It's a characteristic that you don't like about yourself, or something that you can learn about you, and that is an opportunity. It's being reflected out into the world, back to you, and it's an opportunity to better understand yourself. So that's part one, is to know and to understand the pure ego. Part two is to find an aim in the world, to have a purpose, and to recognize that everything you do does have a purpose, a greater purpose. Uh, I used to work in an insurance company where I was just doing data entry, and I felt that being in this cubicle doing data entry was mundane. It wasn't really doing any good for anybody. But the reality is that insurance policy that was insuring a wife or a husband, where if they passed away, their family could continue on financially at the worst time in their life, right after losing a loved one of the worst difficult things you can go through. That policy couldn't exist. That outcome couldn't exist if I wasn't doing my data entry, because it served someone else's job, which served somebody else's job, and so forth. So whether you're scrubbing floors, or you're a college professor, or you're on a big stage serving large audiences, everything we do has a greater aim and a greater purpose. So either finding your aim, your desire, and your purpose in the world, or recognizing that everything you do has an aim and a purpose greater than you. That's step two. And step three is becoming detached from any results. We have to understand that we don't control results or outcomes. We can only control the work that we do. When I was a financial planner, another example, because I can only come from my own personal experiences, right? But when I was a financial planner, I would make calls to get appointments, and I would make X amount of calls to get X amount of appointments. And when I didn't get that number of appointments I thought I should get, 20 calls, and I only got 2 instead of 4 appointments, it would frustrate me and depress me. And then the following week, when all my calls were made and I had 10 appointments set up, but I would only have 6 that I would actually meet with because people would cancel or not show up at all, that would crush my ego, the non-pure ego. And it would, again, upset me and frustrate me. And I had to become detached from that. And now I realize that's important in all that I do. You have to understand that all you can do is all you can do, and become detached from the results. Doesn't matter how many hits you get on your blog, just the fact that you created a good post. That's all you can control. And the same goes for everything else. It doesn't matter if somebody finds the bathroom you cleaned the cleanest bathroom ever, or even comes to you with a negative comment, as long as you feel good and you did the best you could. So recognizing and understanding the pure ego, finding an aim and a way to be of service, and recognizing that everything is of service, looking at every opportunity in the world, every obstacle as an opportunity, and becoming detached from results. That's pretty much karma yoga. A couple of notes is that even just a smile can be karma yoga, can be being of service. Just a smile to somebody. You don't have to join Greenpeace and travel the world, although that's beautiful too. The work that you do, again, everything is important, but if you have a certain gift, bring that everywhere you go. Bring your gift to everything you do. That's karma yoga. So go be of service, and share your gift with the world, and don't be so attached to the results and the outcomes. Just understand that giving 100% is the best that you can do, and that's what's really important. All right? So until our next lesson, the journey at Mount Madonna continues. Wishing you peace and prosperity.